Alright guys, welcome to part 4 of my ultimate Hawkeye build. In this segment we are going to finish assembling the motor, get the motor in, install the methanol injection and the DCCD, do the gauges and a few other little finishing touches. So let's begin.
Here I'm just picking out things on the manifold that I'm going to shave to kind of clean it up a bit.
Super dirty harness. This is off the original engine. And a bunch of stuff to delete. So I've gone through and put tape on it. What I'm going to do is cut the wires, cap them with watertight shrink tube, and then tape them back into the harness. I might end up retaping most of this harness just to get it tidy looking, and then clean all my plugs. So I'm just working on that. How I do it is a WD-40 toothbrush and then clean them off with some brake cleaner. It's already looking like brand new. Yeah, really, you know, for people that like this kind of detail, it does make a big difference in cleaning up the engine bay. So now I'm gonna go ahead, cut all my deletes off. All the evap stuff is going as well. And I'm gonna start to tape them back into the harness. Alright, there we are back with the harness. I've cut off all my deletes, which was a lot. I mean, there was air pump stuff, TGV stuff, 2 purge valves, and a blow bison. Alright, we got the harness mostly on here. A couple little issues. I bought these injectors like years ago to use for this. They're a different connector style. So I'm gonna, rather than use the adapter cables, which I just don't like the look of them, I'm gonna, or I have ordered the proper female plug for that. I'm gonna repin it so it looks neat and tidy. Some more custom development. So this normally goes to your purge valve. This goes to your evap system. I have run this line to this line. And then it comes out here, and this is going to be where I hook my boost gauge up to. So that's pretty custom. Yeah, hopefully that works out. All right, there we are with the test fit. Not too bad. It's a little tight. This is such a huge inlet. And I mean, getting my power steering line, which goes over and into there, is a very tight fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some intake spacers to bump up the height of the intake like 5 millimeters. So you can see it's almost kind of floating there. So that will alleviate some pressure on the turbo inlet here, and kind of let everything fall into its place a little smoother.
So these are engine ground straps. I did 4 of them, one at the top and bottom of each cylinder head.
This is a twin scroll setup. The air fuel sensor is going to go in the downpipe. I'm also going to be running a wideband sensor. So this is catted. I do have another bung here, but not ideal to pick up after the cat. So what I'm going to do is put the downpipe on, see what kind of room I have, and mark a spot pre-cat to weld on another bung for the wideband sensor. Alright, so there we are with the factory O2 sensor in there. So I could put it in line with this one, which would be nice to obstruct the pipe less. So here we are with the second O2 bung welded in, and I've cleaned up the pipe a bit. Alright, we got the downpipe all cleaned up, looking good. So we're gonna get the downpipe on. That's a Japanese downpipe. There's not really domestic twin scroll downpipes. So the issue with that is it's shorter than the domestic ones. So I've brought home the welder, and instead of sacrificing the Zero Sports downpipe, I will sacrifice my cat back. So what I'm gonna have to do is cut this and extend it. So I'm gonna get the downpipe on first. We'll throw this on. I haven't cleaned these up because I have to cut and weld them, and then I'll do that after, and then they can go on the car. With the exhaust action. At first I cut the least amount off of the catback that I could, but you can see here, I've got not a really inline pipe. I can't push the catback over more. You can hear it hits back there. What I'm gonna do is, I didn't really bring home long enough pipe to do anything other than this little short bit, but if I get a longer pipe, I can cut this further back, and then I can mellow out the angle here. I'm gonna go grab another pipe. There we are with the section in. So you can see it really jogged over.
With the catback all set up and cleaned, I'm going to coat it using a high heat exhaust paint and a paint gun. Here I'm setting up to mount the methanol tank and the pump, so I use some 1x1 bar, cut a notch out of it to get the bottom there, weld it, end up welding a backing plate onto it, and then weld it to the floor of the car in the trunk there.
The DCCD kit. I got the iWire version, so it's a plug and play, but I'm still gonna have to get to the ECU and whatnot. So I mean, removing the other seat, the center console, and the carpet kind of makes it worth it to do a nice wiring job here. Interior back in. I don't know if you can see that there. Got the cool shifter trim.
seats in and all connected. Now for my wiring, I'm going to start with the meth system there. So got our controller dude in there. And then yeah, some wires to fiddle with over there. Alright, so now we are going to load it onto the car. We are loading away. For some context here, what I did was took the stock map off the car, disabled all the codes for the deleted items, and then had it scaled for the new injectors and loaded it back onto the car. Alright, we are all done. So now I can disconnect my cable and undo my test mode connectors, and we are ready to fire up. Alright guys, so off camera I figured I would give this a start, make sure everything was good. It was not. So as you can see, I've got it all back apart again. It was misfiring on the driver's side. So I went through all the standard motions to try and figure it out. Eventually got down to the timing. The timing appeared correct, but I figured while I'm in there, I would take off the related cam gear that could have caused the potential misfire, and this is what I found. So here's what I found. You can see the top 3 holes in there, and the one furthest to the left is where my camshaft dowel ended up, and obviously that's going to make the timing incorrect, as well as the AVCS is not going to properly function because that's supposed to be a hole for the oil to go through. So looking in another gear, you can see what I mean. This is the first time I've ever done this myself. I've heard of it happening before, but yeah, now it was my turn to learn the hard way, and there we go. So that gear is now garbage. So we got another gear on there, ready to fire it back up again.
Alright guys, there you have it. This concludes part 4 of my Ultimate Hawkeye build. So now we are running, driving, we've gave it a quick wash and a little bit of a vacuum inside. I'm actually going to add on a part 5 to this series. So what I have left to do now is break in the motor, go and get a tune, and do like a proper detail, give it a good polish and a ceramic coat. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and if you want to see this car from the beginning, make sure you start from part 1 there. Alright, thank you very much.